Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you everyone for being so patient with me. I have literally not uploaded anything on here. I think for the past month, nothing at all uploaded. However, I'm back. I have just regrouped. I needed to just sort out a few things because I was moving and all of that. And I really do appreciate the people who have subscribed firstly to my channel, secondly who just were so patient with me. I do promise that I will certainly go back to my consistency. So subscribe, tell your friends about it, tell your mother, your friends and everyone to come and subscribe to the Kholiwe Cooks channel. My name is Kholiwe, your neighborhood home cook who loves to share her recipes. Guys, I don't want to waste any more time. I did a couple of polls on my Instagram, and one of the things that came up was that I needed to do a bit more desserts, and so that's why we're doing this today. Okay guys, so today we're making a white chocolate cheesecake. I love me some baked cheesecake, New York style cheesecake, but this white chocolate cheesecake is incredible. You will see why. And honestly, for how delicious it is, I don't think it takes a lot of ingredients at all. So please follow me as we do this. First things first, you wonder why I have this here. I actually want to toast my pecans quickly. So first things first, the oven is being preheated at 175 degrees. Okay, so use the pan or whatever. And we are going to toast these pecans. This is 70 grams and my heat is super high, which is not a good thing at all. Okay, so I just want these to toast a little. Look, you can use raw pecans, but you get a bit more flavor if you toast them a little. So as you know, you don't have to use, you don't add anything when you're toasting nuts. Just make sure you don't totally burn them. That's why I'm turning them over. But honestly, toasting them does give you more flavor, I promise. So just go through this little process. It's very quick, but it's worth it. I guarantee it. And just like that, I think we're ready. Okay guys, so now we have toasted our pecans. So you'll see I won't mention measurements much unless I remember something or it just comes out or whatever. But I think I want to rely on the description box for recipes, especially for the measurements, just because I think it'll be better for you, first of all, to shop, and secondly, just to find everything in one place, as opposed to me mentioning it here, because there's no way you're going to watch this and then remember, oh, there was 70 grams of this, a teaspoon of that, and all of that. So I just think maybe that'll be a better way of us doing this, sharing this. So, okay, so the pecans are toasted. Now I want to blitz them up with our with the biscuits to create our base or our crust for the cheesecake. So here are our pecans that we've just toasted. And then we're using tennis biscuits. I'm going to start with a little bit. I might have to do it in batches. Ooh, okay, this is going to be harder than I thought. This is not working, guys. It's not working at all. I'm going to remove a few of these and let's try it again. So perhaps a better idea would be to just blend the nuts and then Okay guys, so I decided to just stop using the blender because the blender wasn't doing a very good job of getting this. But here's our trusted friend, whom I know for a fact will do the job. Just make sure you get as much air out of the bag as possible. So there we go. This literally works wonders, but this works even better. I need to show you guys something. So now we need to do just line our sheet, right? So this is a springform pan. I find it works so much better for this recipe. I take the bottom of the springform pan and then I cover it with parchment paper or baking paper, whatever you call it. And then you bring this over and underneath. Then you tighten the springform of the pan and voila. So you are properly sealed, but you also have a perfect round parchment at the bottom so that you don't really, stick or anything. For me, this is incredibly beautiful, and I think it'll work beautifully with what we're trying to do. The next thing, add your biscuits and nut mixture. So in the blender there's more nuts than biscuits because that's what we're trying to blend in here. I hope it's properly blended because otherwise it's just a mess. Oh, the nuts smell so good, guys. I'm just gonna pick really big pieces out of here because I don't want them to ruin my consistency. Just want to make sure everything comes out. Because nuts have their natural oils, so they could also be the huge reason why my blending process didn't work quite well, because they stick to the sides. Okay, so that's that. I think I need more biscuits. I don't want to have less, so let's crush some more biscuits. Those are the feet of my blender. If you see that there, fear not. It's not some weird permanent stain at all. You see what happens when you have too much air? It's not a good idea. This is a fail-safe method of crushing your biscuits. Literally the best thing. Okay, I think I'm done with that. How incredible does this look? So now we need some butter. I have about 100 grams. I say about because I just eyeballed it. You know how with butter they have those measurements in front, sorry, at the top of the packaging, so I cut it like that. But you need to get about 100 grams, which is half a cup of butter. I'm gonna melt this, guys, so just give me a minute. So here we are. This is our butter, half a cup melted. I'm gonna pour it all over our beauty. Okay, Now let's just make sure we stir it in, and it needs to cover everything. So all the crumbs need to get butter. It seems small, but don't worry, it will be enough for this purpose. Just make sure you get a nice rough crumb of the biscuits. Oh my god, guys, it already smells amazing. And you see what I mean when I said I don't play around with these biscuits. I want a lot of them because I want a huge crust. So the next thing I'm gonna do is try and level out my crust. What I'm trying to do is move the crumbs, like I'm leveling them out, but I'm also trying to move them to the sides. You will see the reason for this madness just now. So move them towards the edges. Like, you don't want to not have something though. Make sure the base is taken care of before moving across to the edges. And you need to be pretty comfortable with how thick your base is at the bottom. And then I'm going to try this. I normally do it, no. Yeah, there we go. So I'm using the same ramekin I had my butter in, and I am literally just pushing the biscuit crumbs against the walls. So I know some people like only do the bottom, but I honestly prefer it just like riding up the sides. I think it makes it so delicious, and the little crunch, you know, on every single slice that you get, I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. So now I'm also trying to use my fingers to work with the ramekin. So now I'm pushing whatever would be riding up down so that it's compact on the sides and the top. This means that there's less crumbs at the end. So this is something I noticed after my first one, where I hadn't done this, and the top bits that were left uncleaned or what's the word? Not compact, you know, would just crumble all over the place, and I didn't like that. So as much pressure as you can with your thumb while you do this is everything you need. And already it's looking neater and far more beautiful than what we started with. So you see, there is always method. Oh no! See, I ruined my, well, I didn't ruin it, but I messed it up a little. One thing I'm noticing is that my base is not as thick as the sides. Let's see if that's going to be an issue. Guys, when I tell you this is base or crust perfection, I freaking mean it. That's what you're looking for. This base is gonna go into the oven. My oven is at 170 degrees. I'm gonna have it in the oven, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Our crust is out of the oven. So you want it to brown slightly. So it took 20 minutes. So we're blind baking this, even though it's biscuits and whatever. Doing this makes sure that your crust is stable by the time you put the cream cheese in. I'm going to let it rest and cool down for now. So there we have it. Crust is ready. We are now doing our cream cheese mixture. We're using an electric mixer. The first and most important thing here is the cream cheese. We're here for this baby. So that is the first thing we're gonna add. This is 2 tubs of cream cheese. Cream cheese is normally in like 250 gram tubs. Please buy cream cheese, firstly, that's not flavored, because if you're gonna come here with your sour cream and chives or whatever cream cheese, you're in trouble. Secondly, use full cream cheese, so full fat cream cheese. Don't use the reduced fat one. It just won't come out the same. So just stick to the recipe and get the full fat one. So there we go. This is a total of 500 grams. First of all, the cream cheese is room temperature. Basically everything I've used here has been room temperature. So if you know you're gonna make this, take them out maybe the night before or whatever. The reason for it is, you'll see, it makes it so much easier, and also you don't have clumps of cream cheese. You take out cream cheese straight from the fridge, it's going to be so hard that even though you're mixing, it won't mix properly with everything else. Even all the other ingredients that I'll have here are room temperature, and there's a reason for that. So make sure you take out everything ahead of time from the fridge. So let's start mixing our cream cheese. You want the cream cheese to be nice and pliable, creamy, and I am winning. I have whipped it for about a minute to 2 minutes, depending. So mine, like I said, was room temperature. In fact, I think it was a little, you know, it's quite warm. So that's why it's so nice and soft, and was able to whisk and whip up so easily. And as you can see, it's nice and creamy looking. That's what you want. You don't want blocks of cream cheese and then adding other things. This is perfect for the next step. So the next step, we're gonna add some custard sugar. So I'll add that in there. Like I said, guys, the measurements I'll give you in the description box. Then this is a tablespoon of vanilla essence. It also goes in. And then we go back in again until everything is well incorporated. Just whisk it through. We're using castor sugar because obviously it's got finer granules and it's easier to whisk in. Ooh, stunning, 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 stunning. So something I'm gonna do, which is very important, guys, is especially if you're using a stand mixer, just run a spatula or whatever it is that you're using to mix through the sides and the bottom. This just makes sure that there aren't bits of cream cheese that don't have any vanilla or sugar that are stuck at the bottom and the sides as you're mixing. Because as you know, the mixer is not going to go into nooks and crannies and corners. So just make sure it's all there. Oh my God. Already, I'm just like so excited. This looks amazing already. And we're not even there yet. So I'm just like in awe of food and the way it transforms in front of our eyes. I've got 3 eggs. These are large eggs. These are room temperature as well. It wouldn't make sense for you to have had room temperature cream cheese and then come in with ice cold egg, which just makes everything curdle. So don't want that. You want everything to just blend together very well. So we'll use our egg. Here we go. Whoa, don't do that. So I'm gonna do this 1 egg at a time. It's more easier to manage, and it just results in a better consistency of mixture. So yeah, go through the process of adding 1 egg at a time. Remember, you're not trying to whisk it all the way through. You just we want the eggs to be fully incorporated. The last egg goes in. Okay, guys, after adding the eggs, you are done with the whisk. Now bring out your spatula or spoon. I like using my wooden spoon, so that's what I'm going to use going forward. I'm going to put this aside. This is what our mixture looks like right now. Try to look at it, and you shouldn't have like white streaks on their own. Everything should be homogeneous, because whatever is like not mixed in, it will be very apparent in the finished product. So I'm very happy with that. So I'm going to add a little bit of cornstarch. This is a teaspoon, and then half a cup of sour cream. And then this is white chocolate that has been melted. This is 150 grams of chocolate, but look how little it is now that it's been melted. I have to confess, I couldn't find actual white chocolate today. Actual, I mean, yeah, so I bought the Lindor white chocolate. I'm just going to stir this in. Guys, can you see what I'm looking at? Oh my God, looks incredible. So the thing is, we're gonna stir this in and not whisk it in, because with cheesecake, we actually don't want to get too much air into this batter. You'll see I'm using that method we normally use when we're making pap, of ensuring that there aren't bits that are like still in blobs in here. We want everything to be fully mixed in. Let's taste it actually. I basically used a total of 2 slabs, which are 100 grams each of the chocolate, but remember I used 150 melted. The 50 that remained, I just chopped it up, and here it is. So I'm adding this chopped like this because I'm trying to get, like, when you're eating, I want you to have little, it's like having chocolate chips, you know what I mean, in a cake. Oh, it's exactly that actually. So it's white chocolate chips in cheesecake. So try to make sure that they don't clump together, so that they're all over the show, as opposed to everything on one slice or something like that. This is the only time it's acceptable for you to have bits that are just like, you know, that disrupt the smoothness of this mixture. We're ready for the oven. Remember guys, our oven is at 175 degrees. It's I've preheated it to that on the bake function, of course. So this is going to be in there for 30 to 40 minutes. I say 30 to 40 minutes because how you know it's done is it will not wobble anymore. So as it cooks, you'll see the outside gets stiffer and the inside will wobble. So if you want to check at maybe the 30-minute mark, just like shake it a little, don't be aggressive, and you'll see that only the middle maybe will still be wobbling. And if none of it is wobbling in your case, then you know it's done. So yeah, let's do it. An important thing to note also is that when it is in the oven and it's now done and you're happy with it, switch off the oven, but keep it in the oven with the door cracked open. You're letting the cheesecake cool off slowly. What cheesecake doesn't like is to be on a hot stove and then, you know, directly cold. So it needs to cool off very slowly and cool off over 2 hours before you can start like cutting it or whatever. So this is my cake after 40 minutes, guys. Look how well it's risen. And there we have a crack on mine. Huge crack, but it's not a problem. You'll see at the end that it won't be as apparent as it is now. Guys, we're back. And I just want us to plate, well, not necessarily plate, but I just want to show you how I would serve this cheesecake. This is our cheesecake, by the way. How incredible is it that, did you see the last clip where it was just like, you know, swollen and now it's gone all the way down? So obviously I got quite a lot of air into my cheesecake, and that's why you see all these cracks here. But honestly, this is literally normal. You can serve it like this. You don't even have to top it up with anything. But I want to show you what you can do to like make it interesting and spice it up, especially if you want to try and hide the cracks. However, the cracks honestly are very normal. As always, just check that your cake is not stuck anywhere at all before actually releasing the spring, because if you release the spring and something is stuck, guess what, that thing is getting left behind. And there we go. This is why it is so important to do this in a spring form pan. It's not like other cakes that you can flop out. It will, yeah, it'll get messed up. So this is the way. Don't disappoint me. Yay! It's a win, it's a win, it's a win, it's a win. So I just want to recap, guys. Mine took exactly 40 minutes. I left it for 40 minutes until the end. And as you can see, it's nice and stable. So in my case, I had the hour in the oven and then I took it straight to the freezer. So the freezer, what the freezer does is that literally now it's making it cold very fast. So while that was happening, I like cleaned up the kitchen a little bit. I'm so proud of myself. Let's not go on unnecessarily. So here is our beautiful cake onto a plate. You can use like whatever kind of platter you would prefer. I actually should have, oh, this is going to be tough. I need to remove this. There's no way. Oh, there's no way. Guys, this is where you need to be very careful. Like, you should never try any of this at home. Like, never. We made it! Yay! Okay. That is the beauty of a blind baked crust. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Actually, whoever knows the people there by Tasha's and whatever fancy, not fancy, but like, you know, whatever our favorite cafes are, let them holla at me. I need to be making them some cheesecakes is what I need to be doing for some dough, you know what I mean? Okay, let's not digress. There is our beautiful cake. I am so proud of this. I am so proud. Like I said, you could literally serve this as it is. But, I mean, we're doing it for the gram, for the tube, for everything. So we're going to go a little overboard. It's not actually overboard. This is very standard. I made a little strawberry coulis, and rightfully, so I also have some fresh strawberries here. I'm going to go in, here you go. So I'm just going to plonk this right in the middle. Ooh, it looks so damn good. I think that's enough of a blob in the middle. You'll see my strawberries. I don't remove the greens. Thank you for watching until the end, guys. Now let's get to the important part. This is why we do this. The taste. Let's have a taste. I'm gonna cut myself a slice. Ooh. Wow, I don't think I've been excited about anything that goes, like any food in a very, as much as I am right now, in a while. It looks incredible, guys. Look at that. So let us have our little taste. Look at how perfect the slice is. A little sauce just covering that bit there. A little strawberry on top. Oh my god. Look at that. I'm sorry if that is not perfection. I don't know what it is. Guys, decadence. That's it for today's video, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time.